Hi, you guys. Welcome to Audrey's Reading Area. Oh man, I'm having so much fun on the balcony in Montego Bay with my relatives. Yes, I got my cousin and my sister here. One of my sisters here. Actually, all of my sisters are here in Montego Bay, but this is the only one I could capture right now. The only relatives I could capture to read a fun and exciting book like this one. Bam! The relatives came. The relatives came. Now, this book is written by Cynthia Rylant and it's illustrated by Gammell. Yes, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button for me, you guys. Punch that notification tab so you can be notified every time I upload a video to my channel, Audrey's Reading Area. All right, let's get into this book now. The relatives came. Now, on the back it reads, in a rainbow-colored station wagon that smelled like a real car, the relatives came, except we came on an airplane this time. When they arrived, they hugged and hugged and hugged and hugged and hugged and hugged and hugged. From the kitchen to the front room. Yes, we did when we first saw each other. All summer they tended the garden and ate up all the strawberries and melons. They plucked banjos and strummed guitars. When they finally had to leave, they were sad, but not for long. They knew they would be together next summer. Yeah, boy, yeah. And we're all leaving Montego Bay today, so we're just going to miss each other until we see each other again. So now let's get into this book here. This book, The Relatives Came. All right. Now, it was in the summer of the year when the relatives came. They came up from Virginia. She actually did come from Virginia. They left when their grapes were nearly purple enough to pick, but not quite. They had an old station wagon that smelled like a real car. And in it, they put an ice chest full of soda pop and some boxes of crackers and some bologna sandwiches. And up they came from Virginia. They left at 4 a.m, and when it was still dark, even before even the birds were awake. Wow, that's early. If they left before the birds were awake. They drove all day long and into the night. And while they traveled along, they looked at the strange houses and different mountains, and they thought about their almost purple grapes back home. They thought about Virginia. But they thought about us too, waiting for them. So they drank up all their pop and ate up all their crackers and traveled up all those miles until finally they pulled into our yard. Yes. All right. Look at this. Their relatives are here. The relatives are here. Pop something up. Then it was hugging time. Talk about hugging. Hugging. Those relatives just passed us all around their car, pulling us against their wrinkled Virginia clothes, crying sometimes. They hugged us for hours. I pulled up something I can't get rid of because I can't see the cursor. That's the recording. Then it was into the house and so much laughing and shining faces and hugging in the doorways. You'd have to go through at least 4 different hugs to get from the kitchen to the front room. Those relatives. Gotta love them. Got to. Take a gander. Oh my goodness. And finally, after a big supper, 2 or 3 times around until we all got a turn at the table, there was quiet talk. And we were in 2s and 3s through the house. Can you find it? Where's this one? Rain. The relatives weren't particular about beds, which was good since there weren't any extras. So a few squeezed in with us, and the rest slept on the floor, some with their arms thrown over the closest person, or some with an arm across one person and a leg across another. Look at this. Isn't that the coolest thing about family? Okay. It was different going to sleep with all that new breathing in the house. Yeah, she's breathing less like family does. The relatives stayed for weeks and weeks. They helped us tend the garden and they fixed any broken things they could find. How cool is that? They ate up all our strawberries and melons. Then promised we could eat up all their grapes and peaches when we came to Virginia. All right. Sorry. But none of us thought about Virginia much. We were so busy hugging and eating and breathing together. Finally, after a long time, the relatives loaded up their ice chests and headed back to Virginia at 4 in the morning. We stood there in our pajamas and waved them off in the dark. We watched the relatives disappear down the road. Then we crawled back into our beds and felt too big and too quiet. We fell asleep. And the relatives drove on all day long and into the night. And while they traveled along, they looked at the strange houses in different mountains, and they thought about their dark purple grapes waiting for them at home in Virginia. But they thought about us too, missing them, and they missed us. And when they were finally home in Virginia, they crawled into their silent, soft beds and dreamed about the next summer. The end. Aw. The end. Wow. All right, you guys. All right. I got my relatives here with me. My cousin Lisa, my sister Rita.
Walk good,
yes.
Walk good.
Thank you guys so much for listening to me read fun and exciting books like this to you here on Audrey's Reading Area. And hopefully you have already smashed that subscribe button and punched out that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload videos to Audrey's Reading Area on YouTube. Don't forget to share this video with everyone, and I will see y'all soon. All right. Thank you so much.